Lynn, how are you? Good, sir. Good to see you. We going? Good evening, everybody, and welcome to day 2 of the 2018 Lynn City Tournament. This is the boys' version. St. Mary's taking on Lynn Tech in day 2. St. Mary's trying to make it 2 for 2. The girls won yesterday. Boys trying to get into the championship final. And the boys are going to be one of the better teams around. They are very, very good. They were outstanding last year. They won this tournament. They won the Eastern Mass. They went undefeated in the Catholic Conference. They had a tremendous year. And they've got an awful lot of people back from that team. Eden Arriaga is in net for Lynn Tech. Nicholas Pappas for St. Mary's. He got some play in net last year. Mateo was the main guy, but he got some time as well. And we have a rarity. In new head coaches. We have 2 of them. In the boys, we have one of the girls as well, David Miller. But the reason it's a little oddity with new coaches in the boys is the coach for classical and the coach here for Lynn Tech are both Eric Marino. And no, it's not the same guy. It's father and son. So for the first time, if Lynn Tech wins and classical wins, or if Lynn Tech loses and classical loses, we could have father against son in either the consolation round or the championship final. But Tech is going to have to go some to beat this St. Mary's team. Bodies go down as Tech takes it away. Tech pushing it ahead, taking it into the zone, looking for the lead pass, broken up by the St. Mary's defense. It's another extremely warm day. And down on the field, it's even hotter. On that turf, it's got to be probably 100 degrees, so I don't envy these kids here. Tech gets caught with a trip. Aiden O'Brien got taken down, and they give it a little talking to the Tech player. Tech breaks it up. Nice passing, moves it upfield. Knocking it deep, and they'll head it back to Pappas and let him kick it away. And he boots it well deep beyond midfield, inside the 40-yard line, almost to the 35. That was a booming kick. Now we got contact against Tech. Stefan will get the free kick from the 30-yard line, almost dead center. He can certainly reach the net from here. He drills it. Knocking it down was Arriaga, the goaltender. Knocked it in front of him, picked it up quickly before anybody could get to it. And Tech will play it away. Nice passing by the Tigers, gets it upfield. Deep down the far side. Trying to center it, got blocked and cleared away. And it goes out, off. No, it didn't go off. Now it did go out. St. Mary's tried to save it, couldn't. St. Mary's tried to take it in. Tech took it away, said it's our throw-in. And they'll do it again from down deep. Sun is really bearing down, and it really is warm out there. Trying to make a play, they lost it out of play. St. Mary's takes it away. Pass picked off at midfield. Get by one. Looking to get by another. Couldn't get the shot off. It got blocked. Lead pass and offside. They had the right play. They broke to the net. They threw the lead pass, but he was way offside coming in from the far side. Again, the kick goes past midfield. And it goes all the way out. And it goes all the way out. St. Mary's will get the throw in down deep. Tech collects. O'Brien hustled, couldn't break it up. Long lead pass, and there's Pappas coming out of the net, scoop it up. Looked like Tech might get to it first and have a scoring opportunity. And the boots is high in the air, right to midfield. Gets headed into St. Mary's territory, into Tech territory, excuse me. Tech breaks it up. Good defense. Awful hard to pick up the Tech numbers. They have the dark blue shirts, and they don't have bright red letters. They have dark red letters, so unless they're right down in front of me, if they're over there on the other side of the field, they're very hard to pick up. And St. Mary's going to get called for a takedown. Broken up and knocked away toward the net. Tech will get there first and knock it away. There was a foot race. Nickel will try to get there first. Tech did get there first and knock it away. Trying to head it toward the net. Now they kick it to the net, and it gets kicked over the net. They almost got a break. Tech just got a piece of the would-be shooter. And as he bumped him, his foot went under the ball and kicked it over the net. Came awful close there. Kevin Perez was the guy that was out in front that they just got a piece of and wound up kicking it over the net. That's the closest anybody has come. Mackey throws it in. They dump it ahead looking for O'Brien. They knocked it too far. Out. Tech will get the throw in. 10 minutes into this first half, no score. Lynn Tech St. Mary's opening of the boys version of the Lynn City tournament. Each year this tournament comes up with a charity or a cause for donations for all the money that's taken in the tournament. This year the proceeds are going to the benefit of the Losey Bonilla family. Tiana Losey, outstanding young lady, gone way before her time, 20 years old. A horrible auto accident. Impaired driver, driving under the influence, driving erratically, crossed over and slammed into Losey's car head on. Her fiance, John's mother, and also Jackson Bonilla, who just recently turned 1 year old, were in the car. Tiana died in that accident. The others are still hospitalized. And so nobody ever thought they would have funeral expenses at 20 years old with a baby 1 year old and a brand new family just getting together, just starting out. So the tournament got together and said any money that comes through, whatever is made through this tournament, will go to help with Tiana's services, and anything left will be set aside for the expenses of raising 1 year old Jackson, and that certainly would be what Tiana wanted. But it's a terrible tragedy. Family and loved ones are not supposed to bury their kids. I know all too well how that feels. On my side and my brother's side. I won't go any further than that. It brings back terrible memories. But there's, I believe in the obituary there was a space where people could donate if they so choose. The Bonilla family is well known. The Losey family, obviously very well known in the city of Lynn. They contribute mightily. They have been contributed mightily. They're a big family in the city of Lynn. Supporting all the programs and the children and the city itself, serving in office. So if you so choose, it would be a great thing to donate. It's a nice takeaway by Mackey. He's one of those returnees that Coach D'Agostino was very happy to get back. Another foot race. They get around, but good cover. And they bang it out off Tech. Kevin Perez again in a foot race. Tech trying to clear it away, they knock it out of bounds. Trying to save it, they couldn't. It went out. Just crossed the line as they try to kick it, center it. I think that was Matt Conley. Actually, it was Thongstaphone. Now he takes the shot from long range, knocks it wide left. Thongstaphone collects, gets it ahead. Tech breaks it up. Ramirez gets it back. Tech with a rush down the far side. They drop it off, fake the shot. Now they drop it to the far side. Tech will collect it there. Trying to get around the defense, throwing it out in front, and they couldn't get a foot on it. Broken up by the St. Mary's defense. They knock it deep, looking for a break, and they're going to let it go. It's going to go out of play off St. Mary's. Pop out of play, they couldn't keep it in right in front of the St. Mary's bench. St. Mary's back at it. A little bump, takedown, and St. Mary's going to get a free kick. Just enough of a touch. From the 30-yard line, once again, certainly can reach it from here. Bounce loose out in front. Tech trying to keep it away, and finally, Arriaga finally falls on, recovers the fumble. We got a Tech player down. There was bumping and banging going on in front. The ball was loose. Everybody trying to get a foot on it. I think they wound up kicking the Tech player rather than the ball. And Arriaga finally fell on it, recovered the fumble, and that's going to be a timeout. And they're going to look at, Ms. Gagner's going to come out and check on the Tech player that's down. Jefferson Lopez, the young man that Ms. Gagner's looking at. Let's hope he's going to be all right. You don't want to see anybody get hurt. Looks like he's trying to maybe walk it off on the sideline. That was a little skirmish out in front, everybody taking a swipe at it. It was right at the feet of 3 or 4 or 5 people. And they kept banging at it and banging at it. Nobody could get a good piece of it. Arriaga, the goaltender, finally fell on it. And it was just then that I guess somebody swung and missed at the ball and wound up kicking him. Tech breaks it up. Looked like they might have a little breakaway on a little pass forward. Tech gonna get called for the takedown. Christian Iacoviello was the one that was taken down. Falls the fall, slips, falls, getting tied up with Omar Pojoy. Tech dumps it ahead, trying to get around the defense. Sliding and making the save, I believe, was Perez. Nolan Perez. Tech knocks it away. Off ahead. Tech breaks it up. And they break it up again. Coming down that far sideline. Trying to knock it to the middle. Skips past everybody. Pappas is going to come way out of the net. Pick it off and he'll kick it away. Just past the halfway mark of this first half. No score. St. Mary's and Tech. Opening round of the boys version of the city tournament. And they break up. Kevin Perez trying to split a couple of defenders and go to the net with the ball. Both teams will make substitutions. Jackson Niccolo will throw it in. Knocked out again. And knocked out again. This time it goes off St. Mary's. Tech trying to get the long lead pass. It got broken up by Aiden O'Brien. And there's Perez picking it off, taking it back the other way. Tech lead pass led a little too far. It goes out of play. Tech almost picked off the pass. It went out off Tech. And Tech content to kick it away back to their own bench area. And that's where St. Mary's will take the throw in. And Tech knocks it out again. He's just trying to stop St. Mary's from getting going. Yeah, bounced off a couple of people in a maze, and now Tech is going to get called for either a hold or a push. And St. Mary's going to get another free kick from inside the 30-yard line. Nolan Perez, I think, is going to take this one. He moved to the 24. They're going to push it back. They're going to move it back to the 30. Again, he can reach it from there. But he drilled it. Might have been a field goal. It went right through the uprights. Perfect. But way too high and too far, and it goes out of play. And Tech will get control of the ball. Pass bounces over the up man. St. Mary's coming back. Trying to throw it to the net. It gets deflected to the net, and Arriaga comes out. Niccolo bearing down on him. Arriaga, it got deflected. St. Mary's Tech both went up in the air to try and make the play. It deflected off one of the bodies and right out in front of the net. Nicola was there looking for the rebound to knock it home. Arriaga came over and picked it off. Tech makes a couple of nice shifts. Another nice shift. Trying to get around. I believe it went out of play first. Tried to kick it in front after he got by, but the ball was out of play. They knock it past, and here's Pappas coming out and grabbing it. Nice little shift, nice little move. They got it by the defense. They were going to get it, looking to go one-on-one with a goaltender. And Pappas came out and took it away. Shot. Pappas got a piece of it and knocked it out. Good bid. That might have been Pojoy. It was Bill Arriaga, the other one, that tried to get around. Actually, it was Ishi Itengano who tried to get around the defense, and Pappas took it away. Now that quick shot, first shot really on net by Tech, and Pappas had to make the save and knock it out of bounds. Tech combines to knock it out. It was Capio, I think, that knocked it out. Lead pass, too far ahead, goes out of play. Good idea for Tech. Tech is not backing down to the St. Mary's team that had a great trip down the Cape, and I think they were playing, I think they beat Nauset. Nauset had given up 2 goals the entire year last year. St. Mary's scored a couple against them and beat them. I think the only void was they had a tie down there in one of their games, but they won 2 or 3 games and looked very good doing it. So Tech didn't read their press clippings. Pappas again coming out of the net, getting to the ball first. Tech was going to get there. Pappas bangs it all the way to the Tech 40-yard line. And Tech takes it away. Down the far side. St. Mary's breaks it up. Tech broke it up, but I think somebody made contact with somebody because they're going to give the ball back to St. Mary's. And it's going to be a free kick, I think. Long and deep, and it's going to be too far. Connor Hamill was the guy breaking down the near side by himself. Longstafong trying to hit him with a long pass and just got too much foot into it and knocked it out of play. Long pass, Tech out in front, couldn't get control. It was bouncing. wasn't on the turf. It was bouncing up and down. Tech couldn't get control of it. And they finally tried to get it with their knee. And they finally tipped it out of play. But a great long lead pass. They almost had a break. If that ball was on the turf, they would have walked in. St. Mary's got a break there with the ball bouncing. Nice little shift there to the middle. Shot blocked nicely by Tech. And we got bodies going down. That's going to cost Tech. They ran right over, I believe, Conley. Shot goes wide right. Final 10 minutes of this first half. No score, St. Mary's and Tech. They tip it by. Tech's going to get there first down the far side. Good speed. Trying to throw it in front. And St. Mary's is there to clear it and knock it out of play. That's Mackey, I believe. Tech will get their first corner kick coming from the far side. Tech got a head on it, but couldn't knock it to the net. They knocked it away from the net. Bodies go down, no call there. Now they knock it too far ahead. Tech will get the throw in. Again, right back at it. Trying to center it. Couldn't get the shot off. Now they get the shot off, and they score. Perfect pass in front and a perfect shot. They moved it quickly downfield, and it was Omar Pojoy knocking it home. Pappas had no chance with that one. Pojo went right to the far corner and tucked it just inside the post. Tech was maneuvering the ball downfield a few times. Didn't get a real good shot. They got a real good shot that time. And Omar Pojoy gets the first goal of the season for Tech and gives them a 1-0 lead. With just about 8 minutes left when he scored. St. Mary's had more chances. Tech moved the ball well, but just came up shy. A couple of times, lead passes. Pappas came out and took it away. A couple of times it went wide. A couple of times the defense knocked it away. That time they got a nice rush down the far side, threw it across out in front. Pojoy was there to one-time it, and Pappas was coming back to his right with the pass coming that way, and Pojoy just ripped it, and Pappas couldn't stop and go back to his left and tucked it inside that far corner. And Tech has grabbed a 1-0 lead. Trying to steer it out in front to that left side with everybody breaking, and it sailed high and wide and off to the left and out of play. There were a lot of white shirts around it, but they couldn't keep it in play. Alex Nguyen battling with Pojoy and get knocked out by Tech. And Tech is going to let it go out of play. St. Mary's thought they were going to get it. Arriaga hasn't tried to kick it downfield. There's a little shift there by Tangano. Tech has passed the ball well. Broken up. And getting a piece of that was Nguyen, knocking it out. Another free kick coming up for St. Mary's. This one a little further away. Can't reach it from there. They do get the Thongstafong in the middle. And he rips it. It didn't miss by much. Boy, he got a lot of mustard on that one. A line shot that just missed that far post. Just sailed past that far post, maybe by a foot from tying it up. Good bid by Thongstafong. Boy, that was a rocket. We had a whistle for a collision. They're going to call it against Tech. St. Mary's going quickly. Thongstafong pushes it around, try to get, and he gets taken down. Mena Gio Ramirez with the little bump. Took him down. And with just over 3 minutes left in this first half, Lynn Tech leading at 1-0. We're going to get a timeout. Another free kick coming up for the Spartans as they come out of the timeout. From a tough angle. They get it out in front. A couple of heads came together and it gets deflected away. Eduardo Toranzo with the kick. Thongstafong coming back, takes the shot. Diving slap away. Arriaga just dove and got, that might have gone into the far corner. It might have been wide, we'll never know. He made a great effort, got out, got two hands on it. As he was falling down, he slapped it away and knocked it out of bounds. St. Mary's will get a corner kick coming from the far side. So Arriaga making his presence felt here in this first half. He's had to make a couple. They hook it out in front, headed away. Tech clears it away. And we got a whistle for something. One of the St. Mary's players got knocked down in front of the net. I didn't see him go down. I was watching the play upfield. He was downfield. Ms. Gagnon pressed into service again as they come out and check and see how he is. Jackson Niccolo was the player that got kind of banged around. Nice to see him walking out of his own steam. And now they get that little free kick that they go on. They don't favor one side or the other. They don't give free kicks. They just say, here, kick this downfield and put it back in play. high pop-up off the head of Nguyen. Tech coming back. Tech collects, take the shot, they knocked it wide. They collected it, they knocked it, but it was a little bit high. Wasn't quite waist high, it was just about knee high, and they tried to one-time it and just pulled it wide left as we're in the final 2 minutes of the first half. They tip it by, and there's Tech clearing it away. Two nice defensive plays by Daniel Zacharias for Tech as we're in the closing moments of this first half. As I mentioned, Tech hasn't bothered to read the clippings of St. Mary's boys soccer for the last few years. They just come in and said they have to beat us, and they're really giving St. Mary's all they can handle and more, with Tech leading at 1-0. Out off Tech. Tech picks off the throw-in, and that's going to do it. I believe they blow the whistle. That's going to be the first half. So a big first half for Tech, taking on the Spartans. And if you check the board at Vegas, you would have thought that St. Mary's would be a favorite here in this one. But Tech just took it to them in the first half. St. Mary's had a couple of opportunities. Arriaga played well in net. Pappas played well enough for St. Mary's, but the difference, that great rush, the throw out in front, and Omar Pojoy banging it home for Tech, and that's where we are. 1-0 Tech over St. Mary's at halftime. Just about set to get underway. St. Mary's is out in the field waiting for Tech to come out. And there aren't many people who would have thought that if it was 1-0 at halftime, that Tech would have the one. We mentioned that St. Mary's went undefeated in the Catholic Central League last year, and that's a very good league. Also won this tournament. They've won it more often than not. And Tech just came out, stayed right with them, and finally got a golden opportunity. And Omar Pojoy knocked it home. And that's where we are as we get set to start the second half. We're underway. And I'm sure Coach Mike D'Agostino gave a little tongue lashing to his kids. They're missing a few very good players. A couple of their dominant players got in a little bit of trouble and have picked up a couple of game suspensions. I don't think it was mass murder, or I don't think it was drugs either, but that one bounces on one hop. Arriaga able to make the easy save. So you're used to having those guys out in the field, and they're very good players that are missing. Tech is looking for the second miracle in this day for the Boston Red Sox. Everybody's really happy about that team. They were losing to a very good Braves team, 7-1 today. They came back and tied it at 7, fell behind 8-7, wound up winning it 9-8. And they just don't lose. They just keep winning. They talk about that miracle year when they won the World Series. This would be more than a miracle year if they do this with what they're accomplishing. In front, and they knocked it over the net. They had the goalie out. They had what they wanted. They lined it up and had almost the entire net to shoot at. And I think it was Thongstafone. Knocked it high over the net and out of play. Yeah, Marino, the coach, new coach of Tech, breathed a little sigh of relief. That one skips by everybody and goes out of bounds. St. Mary's will get the throw in. Just underway here in the second half. 2018 Lynn City Tournament, the boys version. Girls played last night. Lynn Tech with a hat trick from Fatima Gerdia. Won 4-1 over arch rival English. They roll it in. Arriaga comes out and dives on it. Good attempt. Nice pass. And St. Mary's had a little bit of a cakewalk over Lynn Tech. So for the girls, it'll be St. Mary's and Classical in the championship final Saturday afternoon. And it will be Tech and the English girls opening up on Saturday morning early in the consolation. St. Mary's playing Tech here. The winner of this will get the winner of English Classical. The loser will get the loser of English Classical. Tech tipping it ahead. Nice little shift there. They try to throw it deep. It got blocked. Shot, great save. Pappas with a tremendous save. That was going in. St. Mary's almost gave that one away. What a save by Pappas. He had a dive to his left and smothered that one. That was going to be 2-0 Tech. Coming all the way out of the net is Pappas. And we get a whistle. One of the Tech players took exception to Pappas coming all the way out and grabbing the ball. He gave him a little extracurricular push, and then he hung around while Pappas kicked it. They blew the whistle and told Pappas to kick it again. Tech coming down that far side, they get by. And it gets knocked out off the foot of Tech. That one skipped past. Pappas will pick it up and boot it away. High, booming kick out to midfield. Tech right back in the St. Mary's end. A couple of nice shifts. They hold on to it. They try to go around. St. Mary's knocks it out. St. Mary's took it away. Tech took it back. St. Mary's gets it back. Trying to come down the far side. They try to give and go with Longstafone. Gets knocked out. headed upfield. From long range, Thongstafong tried to put it on net, kicked it way wide right. Knocking it deep. Trying to get around. Tech blocks it. St. Mary's coming to it. Big save by Arriaga. Tremendous save. It got tipped around. A great play by Arriaga. That looked like 1-1 written all over it. And Arriaga somehow came over and got a hand on it and knocked it away. What a tremendous play by Eden Arriaga. Or Eden Arriaga. I'll say it both ways. Hope I get it right once. But St. Mary's finally got an opportunity to get in close. And they ripped it. And somehow Arriaga got over and got a hand on it and knocked it away. I'm looking down in front of me. We got a Tech player down way back upfield. And that's going to cause a timeout. Pojoy is the one that's down on the track, still being attended to by Ms. Gagnon. It was Connor Mackey who had that shot that Arriaga made the great save on. Mike D'Agostino, he does it very often. He moves those defenders, both Perez and Mackey, up front to try and get some offensive power. This is Mackey. Down the near side. There's maybe a little too much one-on-one there. A little too much shake and bake. Could have passed it off, trying to maneuver around a couple of defenders. And it goes out off St. Mary's. Pojoy is walking under his own steam, but he's holding his head. It looks like he got hit up around the forehead or the eye. Let's hope he's going to be okay. They nailed that one. It goes all the way back to St. Mary's end. And St. Mary's can't knock it out. Tech takes it away. They drop it off. Trying to walk in. They take the shot. Pappas with another great save. They passed that extremely well from the 10-yard line. Tech had a golden opportunity. They hit a rifle shot. And Pappas made another great save. They missed the header. And it goes all the way to the other side and out of play. I think it was Gio Ramirez, Maynard Gio Ramirez, who had the attempt. And he got off a very good shot. Looked like it was going in to the near post, inside the near post. And Pappas made the save. It might have been Christian Herrera. As I said, it's awful hard to pick up the Tech numbers. They don't have those bright red numbers that you can read. They blend in nicely with a dark blue shirt. But Tech has had an opportunity to go up a couple, and St. Mary's had a chance, a golden opportunity to tie it. Both goaltenders have come up big. Pappas with a couple of saves. Arriaga with the save of the game. Skips past. St. Mary's has to save it. Trying to walk in. And they knock it home. Looked like Arriaga might have got a piece of it. But it's skipped past him, and we got a tie game. And that's Jackson Niccolo. Jackson Niccolo ties it up. Julia Niccolo got a couple of goals in yesterday's game. Win over Lynn Tech. St. Mary's, excuse me, finally gets to Arriaga. Tech couldn't keep it in. So the Niccolo family getting on the board in the girls' game and the boys' game. Julia getting 2. They knock it deep. St. Mary's gets there first and knocks it out to avoid the breakaway. Tech very down deep with the throw-in. And it goes out off Tech. And Tech, one of the players, upset, and he gets a yellow card. He got double teamed by St. Mary's. They called it out off him, and he kicked the ball away, and he picked up a yellow card, and he has to go to the bench. St. Mary's couldn't keep it in. Knocked it right to Coach D'Agostino. Tech takes it away, trying to walk in. Goes to the middle, takes the shot, and drills it high over everything out of play. And that could have been Herrera again. Trying to get around the defense. Arriaga comes way out of the net. And he's down as he got run into. He's laying on the ball. Hopefully he'll get up. And he does. We're thankful for that. He's been outstanding in net. The one goal he gave up, he had no chance on. Into the St. Mary's bench area with that one. Tech will get the throw in. I think St. Mary's going to get called for a grab or a hold as they try to go around them. Tech will get a free kick just inside the 20, but very tough angle. Everybody lining up at the 10, ready to break to the net. Goes out in front, St. Mary's clears it away. Tech looking at control, they have it back. St. Mary's takes it away. Tipped up, headed back by Tech. St. Mary's knocks it deep, down the far side. St. Mary's there to gain control. Hey, tried a little give and go, broken up by Tech. And we got bodies going down. And going to call Tech sort of like a tackle there. Sun's still a problem. The opposite side stands are in shade. The press box side are all in sun, looking right into the sun. When you look down to the left, sun's waiting for that sun to go down behind that trees. When it does, the shade comes in, it'll lighten up this heat a little bit. Free kick for St. Mary's. They just knock it in. And Tech knocks it out. And then St. Mary's returns the favor, so Tech will get the throw in. St. Mary's tips it by, Tech tips it by. Another little shift, trying to walk in, the shot, score! What a great rush. Tricky dribble by a couple of people. Mena Gio Ramirez breaks the tie. Outstanding individual effort by Maynard Gio Ramirez. He beat one defender, faked to go left on the other one, brought it back to the right, was all by himself and just ripped it and beat Pappas. And Tech has got their 1-goal lead back. So that momentum that St. Mary's had with that big goal by Niccolo is now taken away. But that was a great individual effort by Gio Ramirez. And Mary's dumps it down the far side. Tech pops it up, back to midfield. Pass a little bit behind on the far side. It's going to go out of play off Tech. As we've just about reached the halfway mark of this second half. And Tech not backing down an inch. Watch St. Mary's tie it up. They come right back on a great play by Gio Ramirez. Tech grabs their lead back once again. Tech takes it away. They're not really letting St. Mary's get going. The one good play that set Niccolo up got the goal. Other than that, one hard blast by Connor Mackey with a great save by Arriaga was the only chance they had, other than the goal they scored. Just past the halfway mark of the second half. And as we get past the halfway mark, we're going to get a timeout down the field. We come out of the timeout. St. Mary's, on a nice play by Jackson Niccolo, tied it up at 1, and then a great individual effort by Maynard Gio Ramirez, deking and faking, getting by a couple of defenders, and then just ripping a shot inside the far post. And Tech leads it 2-1. As we're halfway through this one, the winner gets either English or Classical, who are playing in the next game. The loser get either English or Classical. But you'd like to start the season off 1-0 rather than 0-1. Tech's pass too far ahead. Tech knocked the throw in out of play. O'Brien will throw it in. Knocked away by Tech's defense and knocked away again. O'Brien gets the header back from Perez. Yeah, he threw it too far ahead for Nguyen. And Tech will get the throw in. Out off St. Mary's. It skips past. Tech trying to get there first, can't. Mackey has moved back defensively, knocking it away. Nguyen, his pass broken up. Nguyen trying to get it back. And Tech will clear it away, all the way back. Tech put a lot of pressure on St. Mary's. Trying to walk around the defense, still controlling. Tipped it to the middle, but there was nobody there. They got a foot on it, kept it alive. Tech keeps it alive again. Broken up. Nguyen will push it up. They knock it deep. There's nobody breaking there. Tech will let it go out. Nguyen broken up. Ooh, double dribble by Tech. And then Perez comes up and knocks it out. Perez's pass is broken up. Great hustle, and just couldn't keep it in. Andy Capio, I believe, did a nice job getting it by. Chased it, looked like he was going to have it all by himself, but he tipped it a little too far, couldn't keep it in play. Longstaffon, broken up. Couldn't get around the defense. trying to get loose. Long stuff falling, takes the shot. I think somebody got a piece of it. He didn't get all of that shot. It kind of bounced in. Arriaga was able to make the save. He lined up to take a real bullet, and I think one of the Tech players got a small piece of it, and he couldn't get it as high as he wanted to the net. Now they try to get it to the net, and they chip it high and over everything, out of play. Eduardo Toranzo was the one that got that shot that chipped it over the net. Tech heads that long pass away. Bodies go down, they let it go. Now bodies go down, they let it go again. Tech clears it away. Mackey knocks it away and collects. Nguyen tried to keep it in play, wound up losing it, and they knock it ahead, and it stays in bounds. Ramirez is going to let it go out of bounds. They try to lead Capio down the near side, and they just pushed it too far. Shadows coming across from the far side, just about to the football hash marks. Sun still beating down on most of the field. All of the people sitting in the press box side. And it's been a scorcher again. Weatherman has not been kind to this tournament the first 2 days. Back there, they try to lead. Tech was back there deep, playing center field, knocking it away. O'Brien ahead to Nguyen. Tech steps in and picks it off and dumps it back upfield. Pappas will wind up with it. He was looking for somebody to throw it to, now he kicks it away. Gets it out near midfield, headed away. And Tech takes it away. Broken up again by Tech. Ramirez just can't get going. Tech's defense playing really well. Long lead, broken up by the St. Mary's defense that time. Corner kick coming up for Lynn Tech. Fades away from the net. St. Mary's clears it away. Tech right back at it. St. Mary's breaks it up. They knock it deep. Down the far side, St. Mary's controlling. Broken up by Tech. St. Mary's dumps it off. They break it up. Tech, and it clears it away. Perez's shot. Trying to get it to the net. Got broken up. Nice little shift. Would-be pass got broken up. He got knocked down, no call. They're letting him play a little bit. Mackey tracks it down. Perez trying to get around. He lost it out of bounds. You get knocked out by O'Brien. Yeah, a little extracurricular activity between a couple of the players. Referee hurries up quickly, and we got a yellow card. Somebody said something they shouldn't have. O'Brien was the one who was in on, I think Nguyen tried to step in as a peacemaker, and he's the one that gets the yellow card, and he has to go to the bench. Now, coming off the bench as a substitute, Christian Iacoviello. And it's getting a little touchy down there. Ten minutes and counting, Tech leading it 2-1. Tech breaks it up. Tech defense just keeping St. Mary's off balance. They can't get started.
Yep. Sorry, that was enough. But these 3 number changes, just so you have it if you need.
Shade getting a little bit closer to the press box side. Just the field, not the stands, but it's been brutal for these young kids down the field. It's been, most of this game it had to be at least close to 100 down on the field. Can you get somebody to go on the bus tomorrow to cover football?
Let me make a few calls and I'll let you know.
Here we go again. Arriaga coming up big. St. Mary's under the gun. Coming up on 7 minutes left. Tech offside on that play. Saturday afternoon.
Saturday
So we
afternoon?
have to find out.
Is it Saturday or tomorrow?
It's Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. The bus will probably be there somewhere around 11.
I can do it.
All right, you gotta let me know.
Yeah, and is there a game Friday?
Hmm?
Is there a game Friday?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
But you know, if you need somebody, you go on the bus, shoot the game. Can you take care of that?
Yeah, I can do it
Can you
Friday.
get somebody to do it with you? Not Friday, Saturday.
Saturday, yeah, Saturday. Yeah, I'll probably get someone to do it with me.
All right, you have to find out from Newton to Newton.
Yeah.
You find out what time the bus goes.
Okay, yeah.
All right, I'm
Got it.
I'm holding you responsible now. Don't let me down.
I won't.
Okay. Six and a half and counting. The lights have been on here for a while, but they don't really show up yet because sun is still out, shade all over the field now. But the people in the stands are still holding their hands up, blocking the sun. They're trying to get there and keep it in. Sliding, good effort, but it just went out. St. Mary's on the gun to try and tie it up, trying to go long. St. Mary's trying to keep it in, but it goes out. Violation with the throw-in. It'll go back to St. Mary's. Down deep. That's where St. Mary's wants the ball. They need to score to tie this thing up. Bouncing loose, trying to get a piece of it. Tech finally knocks it away again. Trying to get it to the net. Tech knocks it away. Nice defense for Tech, taking it away. And Tech will go one-on-one. They push it past with a rush. St. Mary's hustles back. They didn't blow the whistle. St. Mary's, I think it was Perez, just took the young man down and threw him to the ground. That would have been a big goal for Tech if they got one more step on the defense. They would have had a breakaway. Four minutes and counting left. St. Mary's needs a goal. They knock it deep. Tech will slide and knock it out. They slipped on the throw-in. Tech gets it and knocks it deep. St. Mary's got one deep defender. They let it go. Pappas is all the way out to the 20-yard line. Everybody else up front now for St. Mary's. They got one defender back as they're trying to get this tying goal. Longstaffong trying to get the shot off. I don't know if it got deflected. It went way wide, right and out of play. I think Tech probably got a piece of it. Now they say they didn't, so Tech is going to get to kick it away. 2.5 and counting. St. Mary's leading. St. Mary's trailing 2-1 to Lynn Tech. This would be a major upset in the tournament. And it would be a huge win and a great way for Tech to start the year. Tech just knocks it away. They're content to just try and keep St. Mary's away from the net. And with just over 2 minutes left, Mike D'Agostino is going to call a timeout and see if he can get something going here. They need a goal. They tied it at 1, looked good there, but then Tech got the goal to go ahead 2-1. That's where we are with 2:14 showing on the clock. Timeout down the field. 2 minutes and counting left. Tech kicks it away. It goes out. St. Mary's will take the quick throw in. Tech breaks it up. Tech doesn't need any more goals. They just have to keep it away from St. Mary's and keep it out of their end. They gave it away there. All they want to really do is just knock it upfield. St. Mary's has just about everybody up. The goaltender, Pappas, is approaching midfield. He's that far away. Tech knocks it away again. Closing moments. Tech heads it away. Tech keeps it back, and Tech will knock it out. Time running out on St. Mary's here. trying to get it to the net. Skips past everybody. St. Mary's trying to keep it in. Now it goes out. St. Mary's with a corner kick. This could be their last shot. And it goes out off St. Mary's. Tech is going to win this one. Tech is going to be really excited at the end of this game. This will be a very big win. One of the bigger wins for Tech in their soccer program. And a great way for Eric Marino to start his career at Lynn Tech as the new coach. Save by Arriaga. Pappas, the goaltender, is all the way downfield. They blow the whistle, and that's going to do it. Tech celebrating, everybody giving everybody hugs, the coaches hugging each other. A lot of disappointment on the St. Mary's side. It was Omar Pojoy, and we hope he's okay. He got hurt and left. We didn't see him come back. He got the goal to give Lynn Tech a 1-0 lead. And that was at the end of the first half. Jackson Niccolo made a very pretty play to get the goal to tie it. Looked like St. Mary's might have some momentum. And then a great individual play by Maynard Gios Ramirez. He beat one defender, came up to another one, faked like he was going to go left, swung it around the right, got around the defender yet again, and went in and beat Pappas to the far side into the far corner. And that was the winning goal. And Tech gets a major upset. St. Mary's, as we mentioned, they win this tournament almost every year. They won't get it. They won it last year. They're not able to repeat this year. They will play either English or classical in the consolation game on Saturday morning. Lynn Tech will play either classical or English. And if classical can win the game, it will be Eric Marino against Eric Marino, the two head coaches for Tech and Lynn Classical, father and son. That would be a first in any of the sports in Lynn. But right now, Lynn Tech is really celebrating it, and they deserve it. They really played well. They beat a very good St. Mary's team. St. Mary's is going to start 0-1. Tech gets a win in their first game. They go 1-0. They win it on a great individual effort by Maynard Gio Ramirez, breaking the tie. There was goals by Omar Pojoy for Tech and Jackson Niccolo for St. Mary's, but it was Maynard Gio Ramirez with that great individual effort that got them the goal that wins it. So 2-1 Tech over St. Mary's. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.